You're watching TVC Breakfast, and it's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. We have a host of them, or a couple of them here with us. We look at the leadership first off, and it's talking about or focusing the kickoff of the 2023 presidential campaign, as now presidential candidates are selling their governance agenda to Nigerians. Also, a writer there says at the kickoff of the PDP's campaign, the flag bearer Atiku promised an inclusive governance, government if elected, as well as a prosperous economy. Of course, the Labour Party's Peter Obi also says here, he's quoted as saying, "We'll match word for action, no more excuses." Daily Trust is next, race to presidency. I'm out to rescue Nigeria. Atiku Abubakar says, whilst Wike, Makinde and 3 other PDP governors absent at the party's campaign launch. PDP remains strong despite doomsayers. That's from Akwa Ibom State Governor Udom Emmanuel. All
right, we move now to the front page of the Punch newspaper. The major headline being Atiku launches campaign, books, aggrieved governors boycott event. And we have the writer saying Buhari's government has failed Nigeria in disarray, our federalism faulty. PDP candidate speaking. Why Tom Makinde, Ikpazu, others won't campaign for ex-vice president, says aide. PDP remains a strong party. We are campaigning to win, Governor Emmanuel Udom said. We move to the nation now. Wike, Makinde or Tom Sean Atiku's campaign launch. Ogwanye Ikpazu, Southwest Chieftain, also absent. NEC member alleges 28 million naira offered to derail opposition party. You find all of the details on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To the blueprint now. As Wike, Makinde, Ikpazu or Tom Sean campaign inauguration, Udom says PDP is a solid rock, no wind can move. Urges Atiku party to ignore doomsayers. Presidential candidate offers olive branch to aggrieved governors, others. And this Nigeria on the front page now. Ex-President Obasanjo warns 2023 may make or mar Nigeria. That's what he's saying. He's tasking religious leaders against allowing politicians to wreck the country. Mike.
All right, yeah, this is still Daily Times is following in that direction and says that the 2023 election may make or break Nigeria. Obasanjo warns. That's a former president. And says a politician capable of wreaking havoc which could make or break the country. That is what Daily Times has in there. And then from there we'll move to business. Business Day says Peter Obi leads in new poll, Google search interest. And jobs, economy drive decisions of most respondents. That is what Business Day has in there. And then the last one I have with me here is First News, and it says scandal. All right, Finance Minister awards revenue collection contracts to foreign firm undergoing corruption probe as Nigerian ministry official hijack process sideline more competent firms. That's what the First News has there, and that's the last one from my table.
All right, and so there we have it. The papers, of course, a substantial number of them are leading with the kickoff of the presidential campaigns. And while the APC has deferred its own formal launch of the presidential campaigns, that is, Asiwaju Tinubu was said to have released statements to Nigerians ahead of the formal launch of their campaign. Now, urging Nigerians to of course, vote for him. And on the other hand, the PDP had their formal launch in Abuja on Wednesday. It's the race has started, and Atiku Abubakar says he's out to rescue Nigerians. He's also given a glimpse of what he hopes to achieve if elected. But of course, it remains to be seen, despite assurances that the party's focus is united at this time, the absence of 5 sitting governors says a lot. Governor Wike, Sheyi Makinde, Udom was there, but Benue State wasn't there. Ikpazu, yes, wasn't there.
Sheyi Makinde was not there.
About
and
5.
The governor of Benue, Samuel
Otom. Even though at a point or earlier in the week there were insinuations that perhaps He was not among the You Must Go caucus now, but of course his presence said a lot yesterday.
Yeah. Now, the point there is the PDP, we have always talked about the issues rocking the PDP. And we said that beyond the issue of that political party, this political party, the other one and the other one, it is denying Nigerians the opportunity to put APC, PDP, NNPP, Labour Party, and all of the parties side by side to begin to critically look at the programs each person is going to sell to them, and then for them to make their choices. Now, the issues in the PDP, by now, we're thinking they should have been resolved because the issues are quite clear. And if Rivers State governor is not there, now, there are some states, if you're going to contest for president, there are some states that you cannot ignore because you have a chunk of your votes coming from there. Of course, we know the Lagos and Kano phenomenon. Keep them aside. Rivers State in the South gives you the highest number of votes in the South, within the South. And then if you go to the Southwest, apart from Lagos, Oyo State is another state that gives you massive votes because of the population there. And then if you go to the North Central, of course, we know Plateau is there, but Benue, you can never, wish it away. So if some of these, and then even Abia State in the Southeast.
So
these are very strategic states that anybody who is contesting for president has to do everything within his powers to ensure that, especially when the governors are your governors, it should be a given thing. It should be a done deal that you should get the vote from those states. And if you don't, then it means something is wrong in the formula.
Obviously, they are not seeing it as anything is wrong, because if you look at the writers to that headline, they are saying that PDP is still as strong as ever, the strongest opposition for them. So they don't see it as, because some of the states you have mentioned, some of those governors were not there yesterday, and they were not part of the 600 presidential campaign council and all of those that were put together yesterday. So it goes to say a lot for someone who wants to lead the country. They say charity begins at home, but you have said that politics, all of those does not matter in politics. Fine. But then again, if you have a prize that you have your face or you are targeting, you would want to do everything within your power to address the matter. It is within the powers of Atiku to address this matter on the ground. So obviously he's not willing to, handle it anymore. And he has said, whatever happens, happens. I am going ahead and I see myself winning these elections, but that is left to be seen. If these states that Mike has mentioned are critical, and you know it is critical for you, you will do everything it takes to ensure that the party works together hand in glove to ensure that you perhaps snatch or powers or whatever name you want to, or whichever way you want to describe it, to win, get that, gain what you want to gain at the end of the day.
And while the governors, there were 5 governors, didn't come. We had other chieftains, Bode George, former governors, Donald Duke, Mimiko, and so many other people also didn't show up. And well, it says a lot. And even the man in the eye of the storm, Eocha Ayu, was represented by his deputy. They said he's out of the country on for medical reasons and all that. So, well, it does say a lot. It says a lot for me how the party wants to galvanize, because as they have rightly said, the battle is not going to be fought in Abuja. It's going to be taken to the states and down to the last ward that will go on to
That's
help
what almost
test
all
the popularity
the candidates are saying.
of the party.
Getting to the grass.
But
if they get to the roots.
Right. That
roots.
roots. That's right.
Because the grass is there, the root is there.
Root is important.
But however, the issue there is, like they say in politics, 1 hour can be a very long time.
Yeah.
So when Atiku Abubakar says that all the issues will be resolved, well, it's possible. If they want to resolve it, they can.